You went to bed on time. You slept through the night, maybe even 7, 8 hours. But when the sun comes up, you don't feel rested. You feel heavy, slow, like your body got sleep, but your energy never showed up. And it happens again and again until it starts to feel normal. But here's the truth. Waking up tired every morning, especially after 65, is not just a part of aging. It's a message. And sometimes it's your body's way of quietly telling you, something's off. It could be your sleep. It could be your breathing. It could be something your doctor hasn't mentioned yet, or even something emotional you haven't quite noticed. In this video, we'll go through 5 surprising reasons why you might be waking up exhausted, even if you're getting enough sleep. And more importantly, we'll talk about what you can do, gently, naturally, and without panic, to feel more energized in the mornings again. Because waking up tired isn't just annoying. Over time, it steals your motivation, your memory, your peace, and you deserve better. So let's take a slow breath and begin. Reason number 1, poor sleep quality. Even when you think you're sleeping enough, it's easy to count the hours. I went to bed at 10 and woke up at 6. That's 8 hours. But what those 8 hours felt like makes all the difference, because not all sleep is equal. As we age, our sleep becomes lighter. We spend less time in deep sleep, the stage where your brain resets, your body heals, and your energy is restored. Even small things like noise, temperature, or light can pull you out of that deeper rest without you ever fully waking up. You might toss and turn more, wake up to use the bathroom, drift in and out of light dreams. And in the morning, your body remembers that it never truly rested. One man described it like this. It's like I close my eyes, but my mind never shuts off. I wake up more tired than when I went to sleep. Sometimes it's physical, stiff joints, restless legs, pain that interrupts your sleep cycle without fully waking you. Other times it's emotional, worry that runs quietly in the background, or a mind that keeps thinking even in the dark. The result? You wake up drained, foggy, and maybe even frustrated. And over time, that chronic fatigue starts to feel like who you are, instead of just how you slept. The good news? You can improve sleep quality at any age. Start with your environment, cooler rooms, less light, fewer screens before bed. Stick to a routine, even on weekends. And if you're waking up often, talk to your doctor. There may be simple changes like adjusting medication timing or checking for nighttime discomfort that make all the difference. Because sleeping 7 or 8 hours doesn't mean much if your brain never gets the deep rest it needs. Let's move on to reason number 2. Reason number 2, sleep apnea, the silent energy thief. You might not hear it, you might not feel it, but your body remembers. Every time your breath stops in the middle of the night. Sleep apnea is one of the most common yet overlooked reasons why older adults wake up feeling exhausted, day after day. What is it? It's a condition where your airway becomes blocked while you sleep. Your brain wakes you up, just enough to take a breath, then lets you fall back asleep. This can happen dozens, even hundreds of times per night, without you realizing it. The result? You never reach deep, healing sleep. Your oxygen drops, your heart works harder, and in the morning, even after 8 hours, you feel like you barely slept at all. One man described it like this. I didn't even know I was waking up. I just knew that every morning, I felt like I'd run a marathon in my dreams. Common signs include loud snoring, gasping or choking during sleep, dry mouth in the morning headaches, feeling tired despite enough sleep. And in older adults, sleep apnea often shows up more subtly: irritability, memory issues, depression, high blood pressure that won't go down. The scary part? Many people think it's just aging, but it's not. Sleep apnea can be diagnosed through a simple sleep study, at home or in a clinic. And treatments today are more comfortable than ever, from CPAP machines to mouth guards to simple position changes during sleep. The bottom line, if you snore, if your partner notices pauses in your breathing, if you wake up tired every single day, don't ignore it. Because sometimes it's not just poor sleep, it's interrupted breathing, and your brain can't rest when it's fighting for air. Let's move on to reason number 3. Reason number 3, blood sugar fluctuations, especially during the night. You don't have to be diabetic to experience them. In fact, many people over 65 have mild blood sugar issues without even knowing it. Here's how it works. When your blood sugar drops too low while you sleep, your body goes into alert mode. It releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline to bring your sugar back up. And those hormones, they wake your brain, not fully, not enough for you to notice, but just enough to interrupt your rest. Then later in the night or early morning, your blood sugar may rebound, spiking too high. You toss, you turn, your sleep becomes shallow, and you wake up feeling foggy, hungry, and tired, without knowing why. One woman in her 70s said, "I kept waking up at 3 a.m., heart racing, then falling back asleep. In the morning, I felt like I hadn't slept at all." Her doctor discovered nighttime blood sugar dips, triggered by a late dinner and medication timing. Common signs include waking up suddenly in the early hours, sweating at night, strange dreams, waking up hungry, feeling shaky or anxious in the morning. If you eat sugary snacks late at night, or skip meals during the day, or take certain medications before bed, your blood sugar may be doing more than you think while you sleep. What can you do? Try a light protein-based snack in the evening. Avoid heavy carbs or sweets before bed. And if you're on medication that affects glucose, talk to your doctor about timing. Your brain needs stable fuel, especially at night. And when your blood sugar swings too far in either direction, it pulls your energy down with it. So if you wake up tired, even after a full night, your blood might be resting, but your body isn't. Let's move on to reason number 4. Reason number 4, low-grade inflammation or side effects from the medications you take every day. It's a quiet kind of tired, not the kind that makes you want to sleep all day, but the kind that lingers in your muscles, your mind, your bones. You wake up, but your body feels older than it did yesterday, and some mornings you just don't want to move. This kind of fatigue doesn't come from poor sleep or skipped meals. It comes from what's happening deep inside, a slow, steady burn of inflammation. As we age, our immune systems change, and even without infection or injury, the body can enter a state of low-level inflammation. Doctors sometimes call it inflammaging. It shows up as morning stiffness, brain fog. Feeling like you've done nothing, but you're already tired, a sense that something is off, but not wrong enough to see a doctor. Add to that medications. Many people over 65 take more than 3 prescriptions daily. Some of them, especially those for blood pressure, cholesterol, sleep, or mood, can cause drowsiness, dizziness, or even nighttime disruptions. One man shared, "I thought I was just getting older, but when my doctor adjusted my meds, I felt lighter the next morning, like I'd finally rested." So what can you do? First, don't ignore subtle fatigue. Write down when you feel it most. Note any new medications or changes in dosage. Talk to your doctor, not to stop taking your meds, but to make sure they're working for you, not against you. And for inflammation, gentle movement helps. So does staying hydrated and eating more anti-inflammatory foods like leafy greens, berries, olive oil, and turmeric. Because sometimes tiredness isn't from how you sleep, but from how your body is quietly trying to cope. Let's move on to the final reason. Reason number 5, emotional fatigue. The kind of tiredness you can't see, but you feel. You slept, you ate, you didn't do anything too demanding the day before. But still, when you wake up, there's a weight, a heaviness that's hard to explain. Not just in your body, but in your spirit. This kind of exhaustion doesn't come from what you did. It comes from what you carry. Worry, loneliness, unspoken grief, unfinished thoughts, or simply a sense that life feels heavier than it used to. Many people over 65 feel this kind of tiredness, but they don't always have the words for it. They say, "I just don't feel like myself," or "I'm so tired, but I don't know why." One woman described it like this: "I'm not depressed, but I feel worn down, like something's always weighing on me." And she's not alone. Emotional fatigue can come from being a caregiver, dealing with health fears, living alone, feeling like you've lost your purpose, or simply watching the world change too fast around you. And unlike physical tiredness, you can't nap it away, but you can begin to heal. Sometimes it starts with talking, a phone call, a walk with a friend, a short journal entry, a quiet prayer. Other times it's giving yourself permission to feel, to not be strong all the time, to admit, yes, I'm tired, and that's okay. Because when the soul is tired, the body follows. And when you begin to care for your emotional self, gently, consistently, you may find that mornings feel a little lighter. So if you've checked your sleep, your diet, your meds, and still wake up tired, ask your heart how it's doing. It might be the answer you've been missing. Let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've learned. So now you know, waking up tired, even after a full night of sleep, doesn't always mean you're lazy, or broken, or just getting older. It could be your sleep quality, your breathing, your blood sugar, your medications, or something quietly emotional that you've carried for too long. Let's take a moment to remember the 5 hidden reasons. Poor sleep quality, even with 7 or 8 hours. Sleep apnea, the quiet condition that steals your rest. Blood sugar swings, often unnoticed but deeply disruptive. Low-grade inflammation or medication effects, small but powerful. Emotional fatigue, the kind of tiredness that runs deeper than sleep. None of these mean something is wrong with you. They mean your body is speaking, and now you've learned how to start listening. Now we'd love to hear from you. Have you been waking up tired lately? Have you noticed any of these signs in yourself or someone you love? Tell us in the comments. Let us know your age and where you're watching from. Your voice matters, and someone reading your story might feel a little less alone. If this video brought you comfort or clarity, please consider subscribing. We share quiet, thoughtful videos every week, designed for people who want to age with wisdom, strength, and peace. Thank you for spending this time with us. And until next time, be gentle with yourself, and may your next morning feel a little bit lighter.